I'm the king of this shit, yeah, I'm built to last. Bitches trying to front, but they don't got the craft. Rolling with my crew, we move quick like a flash. Living that street life, making money, making cash. I hate your team, they weak, they just wanna crash. But I'm balling on a level, yo, I'm sipping on that sass. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing all these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So fuck with me, you know you can't compete. Stacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, you know I did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit. Smack, yeah, we making waves. Cast hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slaves. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back, but I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Spitting raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking off the podcast, my revelation. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a parody. Fuck your mama, know you hate my clarity. We live in thug life, that's the reality. I'm the voice of the streets, I'm the absolute truth. Got these fuckers shook, they just playing the sleuth. You claiming that you tough, but where's your proof? I'm flexing on these wannabes, I'm the living proof. Hard street living, always rolling deep. In the shadows making moves, never lose my sleep. My rhymes hit hard like a punch from the street. So with me, you know you can't compete. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a fucking freak. Fuck your mama, you know we all did. We live in thug life, that ain't no shit.
What your daddy don't like, you don't. Papi, you back in Notre. The son's back alive. What you white, black liquor, one together. We know, don't do. We know. We know, don't do. We know. What you do.
Smacking off the pocket, yeah, we making waves. Cash hitting hard like we digging graves. Got that fire in my soul, feel the heat that raves. In this life, boy, you either thug or just slaves. With my crew by my side, we rise up like kings. Life's a game of chess and I'm pulling the strings. Got the world on my back while I'm counting these blings. Motherfuck your team, they don't know where to sing. I'm the real deal, no imitation. Spitting raw truth, no hesitation. Built from the struggle, pure determination. Smacking off the podcast, my revelation. Smacking off the podcast, don't you step to me. Talking all that noise, but you're just a fucking freak.
Everybody wants to scratch an itch. But nobody ever wants to feel this wrath. Does anybody want a bag of rich in the cold moonlight? Everybody wants to smack a ditch. Life's a twisted plot, call it a glitch. Time to flex, no more being rich. Snitches acting funny, man, they switch. Streets are cold, gotta stay thug. People playing games, they pull a rug. Talking big, but they just a bug. Ballin' hard while they tryna plug. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they falling behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 frames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head high, show 'em what's the proof. Smacking off the podcast, coming at you from the downside. You wanna ride or do you running high? Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Smack a niche, reality's a bitch. Life's a dirty game, scratching that itch. Every day grind like we in a pitch. You either rise up, or you end up in a ditch. Haters hating hard, but I'm on my grind. Stacking paper while they falling behind. Got my crew tight, we ain't never blind. Flexing on the haters, we a different kind. Spit 5 frames, yeah, we in the booth. All these fake thugs just hide the truth. Chillin' with the real, we ain't got no sleuth. Keep your head
Snacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Smacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I. Smacking off the podcast is preparing for you. Or are they getting high? When will this podcast start? You probably know more than I.
Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your team is sucking donkey balls, big old hairy donkey balls. Bounce it, donkey balls. Your coach is a clown. Your coach is a clown. rocks louder than a hurricane. Round and wild they own the night. Gravity's got no dog in this fight. Spin and tumble, a rebel's creed. They don't stop, they just proceed. Donkey balls bounce, they don't play fair. Up in the trees, now they're in the air. Scaring the kids, spooking the crows. Where they'll land, nobody knows. So if you see them rolling by, better duck or at least say hi. Donkey balls bouncing, causing a scene. The wildest show you've ever seen.
Sucky Sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today. Sucky, sucky, sucky was the headline when your team got squashed. The other coach laughed and said your team sucks balls. They fucked you hard up and down the field, made you look like monkeys fucking a hole on the hill. Those donkey balls are bouncing on your chin again. You'll probably lose your job before the weekend ends. Hey, 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 I know it might sound gay, but your team sucks donkey balls again today.
Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Bounce up, bounce up. Bounce up, bounce. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing all around. Those donkey balls are bouncing, making all praise.
The way we played against Southern Cal and Ohio State, I think we walk out of there with a victory.
Mario's capable of fucking it up somehow.
We have to be on game day. You know what that's going to be like.
No.
You don't play.
Damn you, Ed.
So I like that graphic. I look like Dr. Demento. I like that. I like Dr.
Yeah, you noticed that too, didn't you?
You're a dead man walking toward the unemployment line.
You ain't nothing but a punk bitch. Fuck you and every goddamn thing you stand for.
Lacking off the pump.
All right, everybody. Welcome back to Smacking Off, the podcast. How are you doing, Doug?
Pretty good. I just realized that I left a cap cut advertisement in our intro that I'll have to take out for next week.
Well, I mean, that was interesting. I thought it was kind of cool. It kind of like gave
You
a
thought we had
era.
a new sponsor, didn't you? Didn't you, Dr. Balls?
Oh, yeah, for sure. It's been special. But, even like Jerry's kid's special. And I urge everybody
We
to
are
support.
all special kids. Come on.
That's right, Nikki.
Ed's not very special tonight. Ed let his email get full and can't figure out a way in.
Well, I think that's what makes him even more special.
Sean, you going to go talk him in?
I can't help it. He's on his own.
Oh,
He's
man.
technologically challenged.
I
don't know
one
what
thing.
95 Windows he's using, but needs to upgrade.
Oh, yeah. That's right. So he can join us and we can have this mirth and merriment and excitement. And I love your new graphic. And I also love the new intro, Ed, that reflects the members of our cast and other historic amounts of insanity that's been on the show. So hats off to our producer, Doug Phillips, for putting out the great visuals here. And I see you're highlighting a great game right there off the top. Of course, I don't want to give away the games of the week, Doug.
Well, I mean, it is a hellacious week. Is it not, guys?
Best weekend of the season.
And I did not pick this weekend for me to actually pick the games. I mean, I kind of wanted to do Notre Dame and Arkansas twice, which I think would have been kind of cool because then we could have all hedged our bets. Except for Sean.
Yeah.
Sean would have picked Notre Dame twice, wouldn't you?
Well, yeah, I mean, I have to at this point.
Absolutely.
Every week's a playoff week for us.
Hell yeah.
But yeah,
It's the Lou Holtz Bowl. Lou's going to be on the premises.
Oh, that's my man, y'all. That's my man.
Well, let's look at these games because
Before we start that, can I just say something real quick? I just want to praise Jesus. I want to praise Jesus that I don't have to watch my Gators lose this weekend. And I say that, but I'm really afraid that Sunday morning I'm going to wake up and hear that my whole starting team is injured. So I don't know if we're going to win or lose this weekend.
Goodness.
But
It'd
at
be
least
tough.
I don't have to watch it.
So hold on, let me get this straight. I didn't see Florida on the list. So Florida doesn't play, and you're still worried about them losing?
Yeah, I'm afraid of us losing all of our starters at this point. I'm like, thank God I don't have to watch it.
They're not allowed. Are they allowed in the transfer portal right now, Sean?
If the coach gets fired, last I checked, everyone then is immediately allowed to.
I mean, I'm hearing they're not doing anything during the season.
No, they're sticking with Billy. They are sick, and at this point I'm okay with it until the end of the season. If he doesn't
what are you
show
going to do?
anything, yeah,
They're only going to be able to promote up from the staff.
Mhm.
There's really nothing that they could do by firing him right now. Unless there's somebody they could get, and they can't get him in the offseason, and they need to fire him right now, and I don't think that's anything that's going on. So
no,
Is that because Lane's
it's
gonna
not like
finish the season?
Arkansas. Arkansas can fire Pittman, and they have someone that can come in and take the place like right away. So
That's true. Now, back to that isn't it really because Kiffin is going to ride the season out at Ole Miss?
Lane's gonna ride what?
So we know
Or who?
that Kiffin will finish the season at Ole Miss, so therefore it doesn't make any sense to fire Billy Napier this second.
Oh, I thought you said Lane was going to ride someone. So I got excited there. So
That's possible. I mean, things has happened. Jeez, I mean, we was just talking about Bobby Petrino being there at Arkansas. I wonder how there he is. You know what I mean, Nikki?
I know. Sorry, but you got me a little excited there. Sorry there.
Oh yeah, it's about riding. He's talking about, yeah, we're talking about Bobby Trio earlier. Now we're on riding, but I'm talking about riding the season now. So all kinds of stuff is possible as the SEC head coach, as we know, guys. And but to the games of the week, I guess the first one on the list, Doug, is a big one. I mean, we're talking Arkansas and Notre Dame. That's fabulous stuff. I'm all about it.
You know, I know Sean's excited about this. Is this their first meeting?
Yeah, first ever. They were supposed to play 2020, and of course,
we all remember what happened 2020, and it fucked everything up. So,
but that got scrapped. But yeah, this is the first ever meeting between Notre Dame and Arkansas ever.
and you would think, I mean, because Arkansas's had their moments, it's really amazing they've avoided each other in bowl games.
Yeah, it feels like this would have been an old like 70s or early 80s Cotton Bowl matchup, but no, just never happened.
At least the mid '80s matchup, just so that people could look at Lou Holtz going up against his old team.
That's just what I was thinking, Doug. It would have been Lou Holtz. It would have been like a rematch to be the coach of Notre Dame. But, so I'm sad that never happened.
But the problem, Arkansas they were down mid '80s up into the '90s, I believe.
Hell yeah. They escaped. They escaped from the.
Ooh, Gundy to Florida. Hamilton, come on.
Who?
Gundy to Florida. Is that somebody suggested?
Oh, somebody's fucking with you.
They better be.
Yeah, somebody's fucking with you.
I
God
mean,
damn
I
it.
love the mullet. Don't get me wrong, but I mean that represents a Florida fan 100%. Put on some jorts and he fits right in. But no Hamilton. No.
So since Gundy's whole career has been at Oklahoma State, is he desirable in any capacity to other teams in the future?
He has to be.
I mean, I'm not feeling it.
He has to be.
Sean, what do you think? You're the tiebreaker, Sean.
Maybe a
Maybe
group
no.
of 5, group of 6. I don't, like a New Mexico State or somewhere along those lines.
He needs a new. What if he gets hired by someone and like proves that he just needed a whole new start?
So
Like,
he don't have the
he's
mullet
been
anymore,
held
right?
down for so long.
The mullet's gone, isn't it? Didn't he do away with the mullet?
It's like a semi-mullet now.
Yeah,
there's your problem right there.
Yeah,
There's your problem right there. That's like Samson, and I mean, we know that Oklahoma State were at their best when he had a fucking mullet.
He did, and he didn't cut it until they lost. Like that was the whole point. I don't know.
When he had a T-Boone Pickens.
I could see him
That's
going
the
to
problem.
another.
I love that shirt. I love that hat, Bob.
I do too.
Yeah. So the T-Boone Pickens is the real problem, isn't it? I mean, he's not there. I know that they've got some other donors they say are coming up, but evidently those donors don't want to stay with him. I don't think he could meet the reality of winning in a new conference that he should have dominated. Everybody picked him in the first year of the new Big 12 to dominate, and they thought that he had everything in place, but he didn't get it done, and he's just went down here from there, and it's amazing to me. And I think that the death of T-Boone Pickens was a bigger factor than anybody could realize. And he
It sure didn't help, did it, Bob?
No, and he also proved that he wasn't a make-do coach where he could do something no matter what he had that was somewhat successful. He certainly wasn't a Hal Mummy where he would just invent something in order to look respectable. He just wasn't that kind of coach. So if you're that rigid in your philosophies and you don't have an offensive line and you don't have a powerful running back and a decent quarterback, then you're not going to do nothing, and he can't pay for that, obviously. So they're shucking him, and the question for the future at Oklahoma State is whether or not that they're willing to put the money behind the new guy and buy these players like everybody else.
I think they are.
Yeah, I mean, they can do it legally, so what was that, Nikki?
I think they are. They have the money there. It's not that they don't have money. I think both Gundy was being held back on the fact that he'd been there for so long, and maybe he's just gotten bored. I don't know. honestly, I could see him going to something like the new Pac-12, one of those schools, maybe just the Pac-2. I don't know, MAC, Sunbelt, and I think he could do very well. I don't know who they bring in though. At this point, like what coach out there is going, that's my dream job. I want to go to Oklahoma State. That's my dream job.
Help us out, Sean. Who is it?
Barry Sanders. What about Barry Sanders?
Does he coach?
I mean, I asked the same thing about Dion when he took over Jackson State.
It's a true story. So I want to go and point out real quick before anybody jumps to any conclusions. That is an actual picture of Elvis wearing a smacking off the podcast T-shirt and holding the "fuck your team" sign. That's real. It's not AI. That's an actual picture.
Now, how would he present that? So I'm going to do that in my best, Eddie Murphy, even though my voice is recovered. And it was so instead of lemonade, it'd be like "fuck your team." You know what I'm saying?
Lemonade, that cool, refreshing drink.
That's right. That's right, guys. So it's a cool, refreshing drink, Sean, for Notre Dame at Arkansas. Is this the game that Notre Dame gets healthy, man?
I don't think so. I think this is going to be a very high scoring game. I think whoever has the ball last is probably going to win. Neither team thus far has proven they can play any defense. So why start this week?
Yeah. Well, that'll be interesting. It'll be exciting to watch. That's for sure. But I don't know, Sean. I just feel like that Notre Dame is better coached and that their offensive line should be dominant. So, like I said, if they can get the ball last, my money's on Notre Dame.
Nikki, what are you drinking? You're drinking some blue juice.
I'm drinking Avocare Spark.
Okay, so it's not an alcoholic drink.
I wish it was, but it's not. I bet it would be good with vodka, though. I might try that.
Oh, vodka. Yeah, I don't. It's been a long. I mean, I was a teen last time I drank vodka, and it wasn't. I vomited on it, and I've just never revisited that.
But it's awesome.
You like vodka?
Healthy. It's energy, and it's fun.
Bob,
Sean, what's that?
You like vodka?
No, the only alcohol that I like at all, since I've returned from Germany and can't get real beer, is good bourbon. But I do got to ask Sean a question about coffee, right? Since Sean's an officer of some import. Now, Sean, do you have an enlisted man that makes your coffee for you, and is it ready when you get your? What's that?
No.
I'm sad about that.
Make my own coffee like everybody else.
Oh, goodness. Because my task in life at one time was to make the coffee for the CO and the sergeant major and to drive them guys around and to carry their guide arm and so forth. And that was my purpose in life, my raison d'etre, right? And they informed me that they wanted their coffee to be able to grow enough hair on your ass to weave an Indian blanket. And that's what they required. And I wondered if that's how you liked your coffee as well. Well, evidently not. So that was the old Army tradition that obviously has died. So, guys, let's pick on this one. I got Notre Dame 38-32.
I definitely like Notre Dame. I think, but Arkansas going to Memphis and losing, it may be one of those jaw droppers to a lot of people, but with the parity that we have right now, it's not really that big of a deal. Arkansas probably is a capable team.
Could it be another save Sam Pittman's job kind of game? Where, if he wins this, it's a big win for him.
About to say that.
Yeah.
I got to go with Notre Dame, though. Give me Notre Dame 41-20 on the road.
All right, Nikki, what you got?
Irish all the way. I do not believe that Arkansas can save Sam Pittman's job up against Notre Dame. I
There,
don't. I do not believe they have the strength to do it. I stand with Irish, and I stand with where Lou's heart is, and his heart will always be in South Bend. So in the Lou Holtz Bowl, I go with Notre Dame putting up 42, and I give Arkansas 21.
nice. And Sean, what do you have on this Titanic struggle?
Irish win with a last second field goal, 45-42. Not a lot of defense.
Y'all
fair.
really, really have that much faith in Arkansas against Notre Dame? I know why you're doing it. I do know why Sean is,
Well,
because
see,
Just give us 30
against his
points to
team.
Purdue.
I mean, I had
terrible.
Notre Dame winning 41-20, so
Yeah,
that's pretty close to your score.
yeah. I know why. I do know why Sean does it. He does it all the time when it comes to. Normally, he'll pick against his Irish in big games, and this isn't a big game. This is Arkansas we're talking about. I don't care how hard these players fight for Pittman's. They will not compete against Notre Dame. And like I said,
Indy was at home last week against a really bad Purdue team who I've seen in person this year, and gave up 30 points to Purdue. They're on the
Gee.
road. Arkansas is better than Purdue, and I think we'll be lucky to pull this out, because I think Arkansas is going to put all their chips into the table after losing to Memphis last week. That's why.
They have
they
to.
lost to Memphis because they lost to Memphis. They don't have the team to compete. They don't have
on
anything.
paper, Notre Dame is definitely the better team on paper, but games aren't played on paper, you know.
No.
Real quick, let me answer Hamilton, Lamar, and then Nikki can answer as well. But I'm saying
Gator.
that Lane, who's going to be the new gay tour coach? And I say the Lane train's riding all the way to Gainesville.
Absolutely.
And
He's
I'm
coming.
riding on him there. I mean, on that train there.
Is it going to be like Christ clearing the temple or Montgomery showing up in North Africa? Is it going to be like all that?
Yep, I'm going to ride on that train there. I'll put it that way. I mean, I was the one last season that said I wanted him. I mean, and it's not even because I think his cockiness makes him sexy. I want it because of his cockiness that he brings to the table, because he reminds me of Steve Spurrier. He does not have a filter. He does not care. And he will speak up, and he will tell our fans who needs to be told to shut the hell up. Let me coach. Shut up. And we need that again.
Do you trust him, Nikki, to hang around after what happened at USC? You got to remember, USC is a true blue blood. That's one of the greatest programs in history. And with Tennessee to USC, and they won't happen at USC, there has to be some kind of doubts.
There's always a doubt with hiring any coach. I mean, there's a doubt.
Well, hold on now.
Let's look at USC.
He got ran out of
now.
USC. He didn't quit.
But
That's
let's
true.
look at USC right now. They brought in a winning coach that produced how many Heisman quarterbacks, and look where they're sitting right now.
Now
So-
he bent Tennessee over and fucked their ass.
And
He
that's
did.
why I love him even more.
Yeah,
You know what? Screw you, Tennessee. I'm going to come into Florida, and we're going to continue beating you. And he will say that. That's
we
why
gotta-
I love Lane Kiffin. And
We got to do a show, Nikki, one day of who was the dirtiest and most underhanded figure in Tennessee sports history. And I personally have Phil Former stabbing his own boss in the back.
100%.
Yeah.
Or
So
we could do Pruitt on that same thing, that he not only threw, he got in trouble, but he also threw everyone else under the bus.
oh
Trying
yeah,
to save his own self. Tennessee has quite a few. Lord, do they have quite a few.
All right, so we got a big one with USC going all the way over to Illinois.
Goodness.
For a conference matchup with the Fighting Illini of Illinois. What are we thinking about this, guys?
Gibbs says that USC has the top 5 defense this year in the country. And, of course,
Yeah.
I don't know who they've played, but
I don't know if I'm feeling that one.
Illinois didn't look so great against Indiana, guys. I think it was ugly in my mind. It was video gameish at 63-10. Obviously, they ain't got a whole lot of defense either. They was playing a cover 2, and Indiana was eating it alive. Their quarterback is sharp. I mean, Illinois wasn't getting any pressure on them. The line looked impressive. I don't know if it's just that Illinois isn't what they're saying they are, but against Indiana, they couldn't get pressure on the quarterback, and he ate the cover 2 up down the middle like an NFL quarterback would. Is Illinois' defense better? I mean, I don't know. I don't know if they're better. I don't know what's going to happen to this one, but hell, your confidence would have to be crushed if you got crushed on Fox 63-10.
I think that plays a big part in it. I think they're pissed off. And they're going to come out and prove they're pissed off against, of course, the blue blood USC. But I do think USC, just because I like their kicking coach, Ryan Doherty, I say they win by a field goal.
But there you go. Yeah, what do you think about this matchup, Sean?
Yeah, I think we got an answer to one of our fraud teams last week. That's Illinois. Even though they brought back all those, returning starters, they're still not very good. And to your point, Indiana cooked them, and Kirk Cignetti definitely outcoached Brett Bielema last week, big time. SC's really going on the road for the first time, real true test. But I don't think Champaign is the toughest place to play. I think SC will escape this one with a win. It won't be pretty, but they will.
There you go. So, guys, let's pick it then. I'm going to say USC 31-30. That's my pick. What you got, Nikki?
I got USC 23-20.
What you thinking on this one, Doug?
I think USC will score a lot of points. Give me USC 31, Illinois 17.
And Sean, what you got?
I definitely don't think this is a really good Illinois team. Not like we thought they were a couple weeks ago.
Yeah, I'm close to Doug on this. I got it. USC 34, Illinois 23.
There you go. So, man, I don't know. For Bielema, is he? I don't think he's ever going to break through the mediocre barrier, guys. I think that's where he's at. That's who you got if you've got Bielema. So, good luck to Illinois. What do y'all think about the next game of the week? Not the game of the week, but the next game this week. Ohio State at Washington, and the big dog tried to get on with us. I don't know if he made it, but
he said he could be late, but he said he thought he could get on tonight. He thought his shit was working tonight, so we'll see, and we'll let him revisit if he pops in this game. But I think Washington is I think they're a decent opponent here, but I've got to go with Ohio State, even on the road here. I think it's going to be competitive. Give me Ohio State 27, Washington 17.
That's a good game, actually, if it goes like that. Hell, I don't know. I'm going to say Ohio State 42-10 over Washington. I think they really are the number one team right now until proven otherwise. And they're defending
I do too. I'm giving Washington a little credit, definitely for being at home. This was if this was at the shoe, then Ohio State probably wins by 4 touchdowns minimum.
Yep, I can see that. What you got on this one, Sean?
Yeah, I know it's on the road, but Washington's not quite to Ohio State's level yet. Giving the Buckeyes 37 to 21.
What you got on it, Nikki?
Not so fast. I'm going with the underdog.
Hell yes.
I'm going to stand with my Bruce because we all know I love my Bruce. I say Washington shows up. Ohio State didn't look the greatest last week. You know, they're not the team they were last year, but the team they were last
Something's
year.
got to trip them up, right? They got to trip up at some point, right, Nikki?
Yep. And it's this game. I have Washington winning by 3. I will go with 33-30.
I like it.
Damn it, Jim.
That sounds watchable too.
That does. Hell yeah. That's exciting and new. We like that. Well, did you pick on this one, Sean?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, that's
picked,
cool.
Yeah, I have the Buckeyes 37 to 21.
Oh, that's right. Sorry about that. So, what's our next game, guys? Here we got LSU at number 13 Ole Miss. That's somewhat intriguing to me.
So let me go ahead and I got to say this. So looking at the season a couple weeks ago, and I was going ahead and making a prediction of what the game of the week would be this week. I figured it'd be between Alabama and Georgia, and LSU and Ole Miss, and I kind of opted for LSU Ole Miss. And this would have been our thumbnail tonight had that happened. If it wouldn't have been for those fucking Ducks going to Penn State. And I just want to show everybody that. And what's his name again, Bob? What's our man's name again?
Maurice,
yeah. Maurice is wearing. He's pretty much the Colonel Red right here.
Damn it, Jim.
So we know who Maurice is pulling for.
Oh yeah, he's the gangster of love.
He is.
He's smexy.
All right. So I guess Doug, you haven't got to pick last this, so I'm going to pick this one because I love when you pick last. So I'm going to say that LSU barely beats Ole Miss 16 to 15. What you got, Nikki?
I don't see anything special in LSU.
Oh.
I see an offense that has a quarterback that is injured, lower body, whatever they want to call it, torso. I will not pick LSU. I'm going to stick with Ole Miss, and I think Ole Miss wins 27 to 21.
All right. What you got, Sean?
Yeah, I think this is now that we know that those 2 big LSU wins are not that big after all. With Clemson absolutely falling apart. It's at Ole Miss, and I think Lane was a little upset. It's not a night game, right? It's not a night game. So he'll have his team ready to go. Give me Ole Miss in a close one in this rivalry game.
You know, this has been a great game in the last 10 years. More times than not, this has been a very entertaining game, and Ole Miss is one. I can't ever pick LSU, ever. I mean, call it what you want. I mean, even if my brain tells me LSU is going to win, then my heart will override.
Right there with you.
And that's what I'm doing tonight. Give me Ole Miss 28 to 20 at home.
Oh yeah, that's special.
But let me clarify. My brain's not really telling me that LSU would win this game, but it's not telling me a lot, but I've got to go with Ole Miss because I hate fucking LSU.
Me too. They're right there with Tennessee.
I
I
like
just
that.
think
Well,
I think it's like Ole Miss 24-20. I just think LSU's offense has been too jank.
And
So
teams are
elaborate.
figuring out their defense. I mean, I'm sorry. Mm.
I mean,
That game for me against Florida and LSU, we should have won that game. We dominated them in every single aspect of that game. We were undisciplined and we were stupid. That's how we lost that game. They are not that
the
good.
turnover margin.
Exactly. And they only scored 13 points on 15 or on 5 picks.
They
They're
didn't
not
score
good
much
enough.
on
Yeah,
Kentucky
and
either,
that's
Nick.
why I say their offense is not impressive.
Not going to happen.
You get that many freebies, you got to convert, and their offense just hasn't really converted.
All right, Lane. Lane, 3 of us are picking you, so don't let us fucking down.
We riding that lane.
Give Bob a
train.
big shit burger to eat for next week.
We riding that lane train all the way to Florida.
I said Lane's already got past his stub your toe game from last year, which was Kentucky. So
There you go. And he still had a tough time. They still had a tough time in that game. Kentucky's defense slowed them down anyway. So it is what it is. You know, a loss is a loss, though. Speaking of which, so there was a lot of talk about Auburn, about how great they were, but we seen last week that they really weren't that great. And now they're at number 9, Texas A&M, with the 12th man. I don't know, guys. I don't know what kind of Titanic struggle this was going to be, but A&M at home in the top 10, you just about got to take them. What do you think on this, Doug?
Before I jump in, I've just got to ask, because I have not been paying much attention to basketball in the offseason, but who was expecting Pearl to retire? I'm wondering, was it expected?
Not I.
Nope.
I had no idea. Blindsided me. They say he's
I heard
going
some
to take over.
rumors. I did hear some rumors that he was sick and tired of being told that he could not express his views on social media. And I think that was like pretty much the cause of him saying, you know what, then I'm done. And I think we will now see him running for Senate.
Now, what he having some health problems as well, Coach Pearl?
I know that the football coach is. He's got cancer.
Yeah, no, Pearl's healthy. I just think he's just had enough of being told he can't say what he wants to say about what he believes in. And I know a lot of us feel the same way, but instead of him complying and giving in, I think he said, I've had enough. And the rumor is he's running for Senate.
So would it be safe to say that you're saying that Bruce Pearl wanted to show support for Israel and he wasn't allowed to do that?
That, and he was very vocal on the Charlie Kirk situation. He was very vocal on who he supported as president. He was very vocal on a lot of different things on social media. And I think the school told him, you know, you can't do this. And I think he said, I can, and I'll do it when I want to. And I think it put fire underneath him. And the rumor is he's running for Senate.
Well, that's why I love Bruce Pearl, guys, is because he reminds me of one of my favorite PBS shows that I ever saw, which was Jews for Jesus, right? And if he went away and retired like he did, he'd be unable to have the baptisms that we really need to have, along with Coach Freeze, you know. So that's really important.
I couldn't remember Auburn's coach's name. You just helped me out there, Bob.
There you go. I mean, you know, anytime a man of that stature is baptizing that many people, it's a total revival. I mean, it would make a old regular Baptist Southern Church tent revival seem amateurish in comparison. So any way you can bring souls to Jesus, amen. But I don't know if that's going to help Auburn this week. So I'm saying I got Texas A&M 30-20.
Sean, how good is Texas A&M?
Well, they're a lot better with this new quarterback. He truly is a dual threat, unlike last year's addition. He, certainly was able to find holes in the Notre Dame secondary when he needed to. And those two receivers they have, I think one is Concepcion. That young man is really good. Can fly. Has got good hands. Can contest 50-50 balls in the air. It's at the 12th man, which is going to be rowdy and loud. They have a good team this year. Don't know how much fire in Auburn's belly they'll have after, mildly getting hosed in last week's game with that kind of a trick play that Oklahoma ran. I like A&M in this game by, say, 10. Call it 38-28, something like that. I just think Auburn will run out of gas towards the end of this game. It's a tough 3-game stretch for Auburn. I think they have Georgia next week.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Yes, I can.
Okay. I don't know what it did. It was my phone went kind of weird. I don't have any faith in Auburn. They're a one-man team in my eyes, and that's Arnold, and he has to use his legs more than anything. Texas A&M, as of right now, I think is a pretty complete team from what I've seen. I'm going to go with Texas A&M, and I'm going to go Texas A&M, take them to the house, and it's going to be a good 48 to maybe 17.
Hell, yeah.
Man,
What
I
you
hate
think?
to have to do this, but I picked Auburn last week and I was incorrect. Although Auburn did that, there was some questionable calls. I don't know if Auburn wins without them. Even if you take the questionable calls out, I think Oklahoma probably figures out how to win the game. Still, I don't know. I just call it a hunch. Auburn in the upset. Give me Auburn 27-24.
I don't know. I think College Station is just that stadium that's hard to play in. I don't care how good you are. They have probably some of the most amazing fans, but that place is insane. I think it's a very underrated stadium that doesn't get a lot of credit when talking about, those hyped up stadiums, Florida and Tennessee, even, Alabama, Texas.
With Auburn going to Georgia do they go to Georgia next week, or is that Georgia at Jordan Hare? Sean. Let me look it up.
Georgia.
I was at to Nikki's point. I was there last year, and man, the 12th man gets loud. It's deafening. You can't hear the person next to you, if you're screaming. So
That's why
I think
I'm
she's
so
right.
excited
It's a very
to go
underrated
there.
home field advantage they have, and especially when they get going. If they're playing really well, it's and your team has the ball on offense. It is incredibly loud. So
you were saying that Auburn plays Georgia next week? You were saying?
I believe they do. Yeah, that's part of that little three-headed monster they have.
Is that in Athens, or is it in Jordan Hare?
I believe it's
Jordan
on
Hare.
the plains.
It's
Jordan Hare. It's still a tough game though, and if Auburn doesn't beat Texas A&M, we're probably gonna have 3 straight losses.
Goodness.
Very likely.
Don't ever say we and Auburn in the same sentence.
Well,
As a Bama man, you can't say we.
No, I
You
mean,
can't.
only when they're playing A&M.
Is that the Royal?
Part of me still. I mean, I just wish that they could both lose.
You know deep down, Dusty, you want Auburn to have 3 losses in a row. I'm sorry.
I mean, that sounds great. A&M going down this weekend sounds great. It all sounds great.
They all should just lose. Every one of them.
How good is Indiana, guys?
I don't know. I know this. They crushed Illinois. But Sean was talking about toe stubbing games, and Iowa certainly can be give you consternation with their defense. I'm interested to see what'll happen here.
I
Yeah,
think this is
Iowa
a
has
hard game to pick
the
on.
ability to be that squeaky wheel in the shopping cart, no doubt.
Oh yeah. So what if Indiana's for real though? I mean, that's very interesting to me. And having watched most of the Illinois game, I was just very impressed with the quarterback's ability to make the right read, even though he was getting all kinds of time. And Iowa probably will give him less time. Has a decent secondary, but we know they love the ground of football, and Iowa has a tough time scoring. So for me, I'm thinking this might be a pretty close affair, something like 20-16, Indiana. Oh, here's a puppy
I
dog.
think it's a
Somebody's
hard
got a
game to
pup.
pick on. Like
What's
I
that?
personally think it's a hard game to pick on. I don't know if Indiana's that good. I'm personally just out of the blue. I'm going to just say, you know what, Ohio or Iowa wins. It might be by a dang safety for all I know at this point, because I really don't know if Indiana this late. I mean, I'm going to call it late in the season. You've played enough teams, but you've only played one team that was supposed to be good enough, but we've seen that they collapse very very, very easy. So I'm going to go with Iowa. And I say they
The
win
Fighting
by a
Mack
safety.
Trucks.
Yeah, the Fighting Mac Trucks. And
Oh,
we're
yeah.
going to wave. And I truly believe they win by, like, honestly, a safety, like 22-20 or some shit, because
That sounds very Iowa of them, doesn't it?
yeah, like it's just going to be a weird game. And maybe watching this game, I'll be able to say that Indiana actually has a hell of an offense or a hell of a defense, and that's why they should be ranked number 11. But at this point, I don't see they should be ranked 11.
Now you've made my Boston Terrier hop up on my lap, Poopy Dog. So because he got to know what's going on here, right? So he's now joined the podcast. My Boston Terrier, Tater. So what do you got on this game, Sean?
Yeah, I think the line is Indiana by 3.5. It's at Iowa, which doesn't help. But when two teams are as evenly matched, Indiana's quarterback showed me something last week. He's pretty feisty. He's got a nice arm. He can spin it. I think Signetti's a better coach than Ferentz. I know Ferentz has got all these wins. He broke Woody Hayes' Big Ten, coaching wins record. But, watching Iowa this year is almost as bad as in years past, where they just struggling to get the ball past the 50-yard line on offense. But for that game, I think they played an FCS opponent. All that being said, give me Indiana last second field goal, like 23-20.
Hell yeah! What you got on
Then
the
next week, Indiana's season will come apart when they got to go to Oregon.
So yeah, I have to agree with Sean here. I think it may be a little bit wider than that. Give me Indiana 27-20.
Oh yeah! What a story though! If Indiana did break through, another 11-1 season, even for them, would be spectacular, even if they didn't play anybody. But back to Oregon, I think Oregon's one of the most athletic teams in the game this year. They're fast, that's for sure. They've got a lot of speed, and that segues into our game of the week, Doug.
Hold on, let's move our game of the week to the end. Let's do. Go ahead.
Let me caveat something real quick. To my point from earlier, Auburn does play Georgia after A&M, but they have a bye week.
Okay.
And Auburn has a bye week, and then they host Georgia.
All right, so let's learn about some smacking off merchandise, and we'll be right back to finish this thing up.
Paso
Smacking Off the Podcast has merchandise for sale. Buy it now, you dirty bitch, or you can go to hell. Just joking, but buy our merch, buy it now. Buy it, buy it, buy it.
Don't be a dirty bitch by smacking off merch at bonfire.com/store/smacology.
It's Dr. Balls, can you feel that sound? In the house, got the party going down. Where you at? Better step on the scene. We drop a rhyme sharp like a damn machine. On the mic, I'm the remedy, no need for a doubt. You feeling low? Let me show you where we at. Get the vibe. I'm the one you can trust. When Dr. Balls drops, you can't help but thrust. On the mic, I'm the remedy, no need for a doubt. You feeling low? Let me show you where we at. Get the vibe. I'm the one you can trust. When Dr. Balls drops.
You are now watching the Smacking Off the Podcast.
Bouncing to the left, hey, 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 hey. Bouncing to the right, hey, 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 hey. Those donkey balls are bouncing and they will not get away. The worthless and the weak, they can't pretend another day.
Streaming every Sunday for your team sucks donkey balls, 9 p.m. Eastern, exclusively on YouTube.
Hallelujah. Welcome back to the show. And here we are, Doug. We're going to the home stretch. So the next game we're going to talk, the Alabama at Georgia game.
Yes, sir.
That's an important game, Doug, for Alabama and their program against one of the best teams in the country, just solid and steady under the leadership of Kirby Smart. You know, what's your thoughts on this matchup?
You know, I wish I could jump on the Bama bandwagon, but this is on the road, and until I see, so DeBoer has won a big game on the road. It was at LSU last year. He did beat Wisconsin on the road, but his road record is horrendous. And I don't expect anything different this week. Alabama may be competitive. There's no way they beat Georgia at Georgia. Give me Georgia 34, Alabama 20.
Oh, damn it, Jim. What do you think on this one, Sean?
Yeah, I mean, I just have a feel like Alabama's starting to get it going. They've been throwing the ball really well. I mean, I want to pick Georgia, but I think Kirby's 1-6 against Alabama all time. Now, this is Alabama's first time going to Athens in, I think, 10 years. But something just tells me DeBoer can figure out a way, especially if Heupel was able to pick that secondary apart in the Tennessee game. I know Georgia came back and won it. If Alabama is crisp and they get Jam Miller back, if I'm not mistaken, for this game.
They better be, because they need them.
That's what I read on Tuesday that he's back. And Georgia has not done well running the football. In the years that Kirby's been really good, they've been able to run the football, and they have not really ran the football very well this year. The Tennessee win was actually kind of a coming out party for their quarterback. He made some great throws that I don't think we really thought he had in him. Now, can he continue to do that? I don't know. But I think DeBoer's this is a big one for him. And I think Alabama's going to sneak out of Athens with a win. I think Georgia will be fine. I think this might be a potential preview for what we get in Atlanta in December. So I'm going to go take the Tide. And I think it's a high scoring like the Tennessee-Georgia game was. Give me Alabama 34-31 over Georgia in a great game, in a classic.
I love that one, Sean.
What about
I
you,
just I
Nick?
like the way that uh, the Alabama quarterback, what Ty Simpson, right?
Hmm.
Yeah, I like the last few games. He's really been crisp, and if he does that Saturday night with the assets that Alabama has on the edge, particularly Ryan Williams, got to show up big in this one. You're talking about being the man, then you better show it again, and you did last year against.
I'd definitely pick out Alabama if they were at home in a close game. I don't know. I have an uneasy feeling when this guy goes on the road, and I'm talking
Sure,
about the.
you have every right to be. I mean, and I know. So they beat Wisconsin, but right now everybody's beating Wisconsin. At Camp Randall. So
I think I
Well, I
really,
mean, I meant last year is when they
well,
beat
yeah. I mean,
Wisconsin.
but even last year, Wisconsin wasn't. Right now, they're a name brand on paper that's not living up to that name brand. Um, yeah, I think Alabama's gonna they're gonna squeak this. They'll build up a lead and hold on 34-31.
Well, that's awesome. So, what you got on this, Nikki?
Georgia 8 year last 4 years, 5 years, Georgia team. There's something that's not clicking with this team. I said it last week when I did pick them to beat Tennessee, but I said that they were going to just Kirby finds a way. Kirby's not going to find a way because he can't find a way against Bama. Bama has been finding their identity each week. Their quarterback, Ty Simpson, is finding his identity. Williams, love the kid, is amazing. And I think this is honestly going to be their coming out game to prove that they have found their footing, they've found their way. I think it's going to be a good game, but I really don't think Gunnar Stockton has anything on Ty Simpson. And I do not think he can hold up against Bama's defense. That offensive line for Georgia is not what it used to be. So I have Bama, and I have Bama winning. I'm going to say 38-31.
Nice. Well, I'm gonna go back to Sean's point. I also believe that Ty Simpson is improving, and he seems to be doing better than the previous quarterback in the standpoint that he's learned the idea of when to hold him and when to fold him. Now, the previous what was the last guy's name, Doug?
Milrow.
Jalen Milrow.
Yeah, Milrow. Mildew, as some people called him. He he was a spectacular athlete, and sometimes he could make something out of nothing. And he had an amazing throw to win the game. It was kind of lucky. I think this guy kind of knows when to hold him and knows when to fold him.
I mean, he does against he does against Louisiana Monroe and Wisconsin.
Right. So that's the whole thing.
That's my only fear here is that we're seeing something that's not going to hold up against a really good team.
Yeah,
No,
but regardless
you have to have
of
those teams to build your confidence and to find your identity. You need to play those games to find what play calling and what works for that quarterback.
even in the loss to Florida State wasn't on Ty Simpson. He was still accurate. He was timely with his throws. It was more on the defense and then the offensive line in the Florida State game. So I think I can't say he was terrible against Florida State. And that was the first game of the year, come right out of the chute. That's on the road. And then he's only gotten better against, the lesser talent. But you know what? That's what you're supposed to do against lesser talent is slice and dice them. The thing that separates him from Milrow is, particularly on the timing routes, he's way more accurate. The ball is right on the versus Milrow would either lead the guy too much or it'd be behind him or at his feet or over his head. So, a cannon for an arm is only useful if it's accurate. If it's an inaccurate cannon, it doesn't really matter. Whereas Simpson, does he have quite the arm strength as Milrow? No, but he's a hell of a lot more accurate, and that's really what matters.
And I think they run it less with him too, Sean. I think they only that he's only running the football when they need to. They're not using as many designed runs for him. They might protect him better so he don't get gun shy, and that's where I see potential in this guy under DeBoer's offense. Even though I was a fan of Milrow because how athletic he was, I thought that he could be as good as Cam Ward, but he didn't develop.
He didn't have the accuracy or the footwork that Cam Ward had. Cam Ward is a very accurate passer, and Jalen Milrow,
And
because he
and I
has
think the
bad
reading of the
footwork, is not as
defense.
accurate. I think if Milrow in the NFL got with a good quarterback coach that could work on his footwork in the drop back game, he could be good. But right now he's not really seeing playing time with Seattle because they have Sam Darnold. But for Bama, it's if Simpson keeps his jersey clean Saturday night and the Bama O-line can provide protection, I think he's going to be great.
Yep. So that's why I'm picking Bama, and I'm picking them 34-30.
Well, so
think
everybody pick
so.
Bama but me?
Well, you're doing that because you don't want to jinx it.
No, it's not really that. I really don't feel like they'll win, but if they do, I'll be ecstatic.
Yeah, so it's
Because
upset like that.
I don't know. I've seen them improve. You need to play those shit teams to become a
But
good team.
that's the problem with Bama under DeBoer is they always look better at home. They always.
And I'm sorry, Richard. I'm so sorry. I
But
picked Bama
I mean,
Georgia.
if let me see here. Give me 1 sec here, folks. If Georgia gets by Alabama in this game, it's the SEC, but you kind of look at the schedule and you go, man, they got kind of a clear sailing until a visit from Texas in the middle of November.
And we ain't
guess
seeing much from them.
we haven't seen much from them. Obviously, they have a cocktail game the first weekend in November, but
And we're
Florida's
gonna
a
beat them.
bit in disarray.
No. We're gonna win. Shush. We are
You said you were going to
manifesting
beat
a
Miami
win.
last week.
And we're still manifesting wins. We're putting it out in the universe. That's how it works in football. Didn't you know that? I manifest it and it works. Okay? We're just I can't.
Now, Bob's Wildcats always play the Dogs tough for whatever reason, so they do have them. But
They're going to beat Georgia too. Georgia's just going to get beat the rest of the season. Sorry, Richard. I love you. They're just going to get beat the rest of the season.
I see if Georgia gets by Alabama, they will be unbeaten when Texas visits Athens in the middle of November.
I agree.
And then Arch is going to become Heisman Trophy winner because he shows out and shows everyone.
Is Arch going to still have his job by then?
I don't know. Because they have to play Florida before that. And you know what?
That'll be the game Florida wins, Nikki. They'll beat Texas.
I know. We're winning out. I'm trying to get out of this fantasy world I can't get out of. I'm not even going to lie. This team pisses me off more than I can explain because this talent is insane. What the hell is going on? Ugh. But we
Billy
winning.
Napier. That's what's going on.
We winning. And I'm going to get Lane. And so is Florida.
I'd much rather you get Lane than some of the things I've seen floating around this week.
If I see one more time Gruden to Florida, Lord help.
Hey, Gruden to Florida would be highly entertaining for this show. So that's what I'm rooting for.
Yes, it would be a lot.
I would welcome it because I love Gruden because, again, he is a cocky man that speaks his mind. He's that Spurrier type that I want as a coach. I want to
now. You said something about Gundy to Florida earlier, so that was.
I said, hell no. I said, mullets with a pair of.
Let's do that. Let's get this done.
How many times can Florida run Spider 2Y banana with Gruden? I think it would be great.
Sean,
you never go broke finding the fullback.
We are not putting that out in the universe, okay? Please.
It's
John
traveling right now,
Gruden from
Nikki.
Dayton, Ohio.
At this point,
He
I'll
did
take
win a
blue.
Super Bowl with a Florida-based team, Nikki, and he loves the Sunshine State. A lot of great golf courses for Coach Gruden.
Nikki, you can think it, and it never goes into the
You know,
universe.
no, I'll take
Sean
Gruden.
spoke it. He spoke
I
it.
will take Gruden. I will, like I said, I'll take him. It's not going to happen. That's why I'm sick of seeing it. It is not going to happen, people. I would love to see him.
He also,
It's
like
just
the
not
great
going to
ball coach at
happen.
Florida, he loves him a visor. He's a visor guy.
A visor guy. Oh, cool.
Yeah,
Another
So is Lane, though.
that's
Good.
true. Well, Lane rocks the like the baby visor, the small like need that old fashioned spur, the huge visor.
Yeah.
I'll rock his visor any day.
Hallelujah.
All right, Kentucky at South Carolina. This is a big one, guys. For some reason.
This is
The
the
way
battle
South
to see who
Carolina-
goes to the Duke's Mayo Bowl.
The winner of this game is going to go into the top 25, right? Can we
Winner
promise
of that
that? Or?
game is in the fast lane to Charlotte, North Carolina for their bowl game.
Now, isn't Kentucky 2-1 at this point? So,
Well, Bob, you can tell me if you think Kentucky, if they win this, let's look at their schedule. Are they on their way to Atlanta?
no.
You don't even have the schedule pulled up, Bob, and you're
No,
already
I
saying
got a good idea what their schedule is. It's reminiscent of Florida's last year. If we went down through the games, the Duke Mayo Bowl would be fantasy shit for Kentucky. But
This is an insane stretch after they get done playing South Carolina. At Georgia,
Manifest it.
home for Texas, home for Tennessee, at Auburn, home for Florida. That's a gauntlet. That's a 5-week gauntlet of hell.
Oh yeah, and they finished with Louisville, who's better than them us this year probably. So
Loserville.
Louisville, I don't know, I hate Louisville. There's no way I can pick it. But you know, South Carolina, I believe, is even bigger train wreck than Kentucky. Kentucky isn't really a train wreck. There's just an offensive talent gap. I mean, it's the only way I can describe Kentucky's woes. The defense is competent, but not up to past standards. The offensive line has improved, but not up to past standards. But South Carolina is a train wreck, whereas Kentucky is an offense waiting to happen. And that's why it's interesting to me. And they both love special teams and have great return man and have been known to block kicks and so forth. So I'm going to pick Kentucky in a miracle 13-10 on special teams touchdown. What do you think? Yeah, what do you think, Nikki?
I'm going Kentucky all the way. 100%. I am going with Kentucky. I think Kentucky wins 24-17.
Nice. What do you think, Sean?
There's a grinder game. First one to 20 wins. I got Kentucky 20-17.
Damn it, Jim. I'm excited. You got me excited. Now I'm a believer, Sean. So what do you think, Doug?
Give me Kentucky 3-0.
Hallelujah.
3-0.
If that happens,
we need more games like this, and this seems like the kind of game to produce something like this.
Doug, I think you should go out on a limb. Kentucky 3 with a field goal. South Carolina with a safety. 3-2.
3-2.
I would love that.
I would have done that, but then we'd have to bring up Auburn and Mississippi State, and I don't have to talk about Auburn.
And the football come off the fumble recovery in the last seconds, the field goal, you know?
Man, I would love that game. And I would love it that it's raining and muddy and nasty, and then no one can score, and they're sliding all over the field. And then the last second of the game, Kentucky just shows up and kicks a field goal, and we're done.
Now, if they were playing here right now, so we had a drought all through the month of August, but here in September, the last 2 weeks, it's rained solid. So this would be the Mud Bowl if they had the game here.
And Kentucky's 20 fans that showed up at the game would storm the field.
That's right. That'll be special, but it
It
really
would.
will.
I'm manifesting it.
That's right. Oh, yeah, you're going to dream it into existence. It almost reminds me of mind
Yes.
over matter training. Now, Sean, have you ever had mind over matter training?
No, can't say that I have. No.
And
Have you ever
how
tried
did
to
you?
blow up a goat? Have you ever tried to blow up a goat with your mind?
I have.
So how mind over matter training works on Fort Bragg is in the dead of the winter. They take you through this creek in North Carolina with 40-degree water, and you march through all day long. And you convince yourself you're not cold, right? And that's how you can march the 9 mega march 110 miles in 3 days, even though your feet are a hamburger. So that's what I have to do to believe that Kentucky has a chance of winning the SEC championship. I have to go mind over matter and go beyond just manifest it to like total lunacy and putting my body in another place. You know what I'm saying? So, the guys, are we ready for the mythical game of the week?
We
Hold
would
on.
be,
Can I?
but we've got a
Can
big
we
one
answer a
before that one.
question real quick?
What do we got? Because I'm cut off here. Oh, BYU in Colorado. Ow. What's up,
What was
Nick?
that, Nikki?
Richard asked our thoughts on the Mississippi State over Tennessee game.
Yeah. Where's that game at? Well, shit. Let me look. I feel like it's in Mississippi State, but let me check that. Yeah, it's at Mississippi State. Mississippi State is 4-0, 4-0.
Goodness.
Yeah, give me Tennessee 30-10.
Over Mississippi
Yeah,
State.
the unbeaten dream ends with a lackluster sound of cowbells. Tennessee 34, Mississippi State 13.
Oh, guys, I got to root for the underdog, and I hate Tennessee, so I say, give me Mississippi State by 50.
I would love for Mississippi State to win this game. I just want to put that
I'm
out
gonna
there.
go ahead and ring my cowbell. I have some. I wish I had it right now. I'm going Mississippi State, baby. Mississippi
cowbell.
State. I said you know what? Yeah. No way I will ever pull for Tennessee. So I will say Mississippi. 100%. Let's do it. They win by 50.
You said more cowbell. Doug, she said more cowbell. So it's like I could say don't fear the Reaper, but will they sue us over copyright?
I mean, can those guys afford lawyers at this point?
Yeah.
We're, as famous as our podcast is because we are entitled, I'm going to say that, yeah, we can afford it just because just because.
I got about $2.43 settlement from Facebook for the first time these up this here a few years ago, so I'm feeling special about it. So
mine was like $3, I think.
Well, let me just say that to fuck Blue Oyster Cult, we'll take them in court if we've got to.
That's right.
Let's do it. We stand together with our $5.
$5 GI.
We've got the fighting prime times of Colorado hosting the mighty number 25 ranked BYU Cougars.
Ooh.
Is that intriguing to you, Nikki?
Colorado, I really feel sorry for him. I'm sorry. I do. I feel sorry for Colorado. I feel sorry for Dion. It makes me like my heart hurt watching him and his post game speeches. That man looks so defeated, but yet still tries to put on that I'm
still tries to act a little bit arrogant, just enough.
Yeah, I still got this. We got this. It's okay. We're losing. We're gonna come back and show y'all.
If it wasn't raining, we would whoop their ass.
Yeah, if I didn't go to the bathroom and go pee, we would have won. So I feel sorry for Colorado, and I think BYU just destroys them, literally destroys them.
Yeah, I see that, Nikki. As a matter of fact, I think that I mean, I don't know where the thrill is for Dion now at Colorado. His son has moved on. Does he have any more kids left in the program?
I don't think so.
Oh, they're all gone, you know. So, as a hillbilly that's entitled to have been born in a dirt floor shack on the side of a mountain, uh, I have to say that Dion has already got his money. He's already had his fame. I ain't seen the spark is burn out, but I just don't know how excited he is, and I don't really see his staff do anything special. So I'm with Nikki. I've got BYU, and I think by a significant margin, like 27-20.
Sean,
Yeah, I've BYU winning the game. I just don't know uh, what kind of a real presence NIL funding has there at Colorado. For them to truly, regardless of the I think Dion's a decent enough coach. Clearly, when he's got some players, they can win some games. So I
they're
don't think
competitive
he's.
this year, are they not?
Well, let's take a quick gander, real quick, um, on the Buffaloes. But I just don't think the NIL funding compared to some of the other schools in the Big 12 is where it needs to be. Um,
That's
which
interesting
is,
because of Dion,
which,
you'd think that's what he would bring to the table, Sean. That Dion's fame and his ability to be eloquent and
well,
get a lot of attention.
I think he would have seen that bump by now, right, with the recruiting and whatnot. But I think even
But I think
still,
he
the
did it
money
for.
talks and everything else walks, which is a shame because the campus in Boulder is one of the nicest in the country. It's
Oh
gorgeous,
my God, it's
and you're
gorgeous.
in Colorado. You're not far from Vail and Aspen and Steamboat and whatnot. Um, and we've seen Colorado in the past with Bill McCartney and Gary Barnett have good teams. So I really think it boils down to, can you match what other programs are. The money is the money, because in football, your career can be over after one play. Um, so that's a big deal. And by now, you would have seen in the recruiting with the Dion bump when they did have Travis Hunter and Shador and Shiloh, you would have thought the talent level as a whole, cumulatively on the roster, would have got better, and it just doesn't appear to be that way. So Colorado's 2-2 thus far. They had the close loss at home to Georgia Tech, who I think Georgia Tech is a good team. I don't think they're a great team, but I think they're a good team. They beat what looks like an FCS school. Uh, they lost in conference down at Houston, and Houston's got a decent team. Not a great team, but decent enough. Pretty handily. They lost by 16 down at Houston. And then they rebounded by beating Wyoming, a group of 6 team at home. So now you have another conference opponent. It's at home, but I think BYU is a more talented squad. Long story short, give me BYU 30 to say 17.
Hmm.
I have
I don't care for Colorado's quarterback, especially in that Georgia Tech loss. That's the one really good look I got of him. He looked lost out there.
Well, I
Yeah.
have a question, like feeding off your NIL with Colorado. He had no issue pulling in those NIL deals for Travis Hunter and his kids. Why isn't he doing the same now?
I think
There's where
at
that's
least
where my issue is.
Hunter and Shador were known commodities because they came with him from Jackson State.
But you should be able to, if you are going to push that like he did for those kids, he should be doing the same thing out there, running his mouth, fighting to get those same NIL deals for the rest of these players. If he can show that I can get it for a nobody, he's going to be bringing in some of the best players in the country.
Now, did he have a relationship with IMG Academy in terms of recruiting? And
I don't think so. I think the
No.
one off that he got was Hunter. He was the lone
Mhm.
non-family member that followed Dion, and it worked out for both of them.
And he should have, because at that time, that's when Chris Winkie was coaching IMG Academy. So he should have had more pull.
But
Thankfully, he's gone.
everyone was giving Hunter grief because remember when he came out of he was the only 5-star that joined Dion. Dion was at Jackson State, and I think Hunter was the only one who took him up and lived up to the billing of being a 5-star. Obviously, he won the Heisman Trophy, and now he's on his way with Jacksonville. But other than Hunter, and obviously his kids are his kids, so take that into consideration. He
I
didn't get a
understand.
lot of the other 5 stars and high 4 stars,
He didn't, but let's get him out there and push the same and hype up these same players to bring in the NILs for these guys that aren't 5 stars, that aren't 4 stars, so that he's showing for next season I can get you the same deals
I would say
because you
at
are
least
5 stars.
in this past off season, didn't he have a number of health issues? So that
He did.
might have hampered him on the recruiting trail. If you're, if he's just sending out his assistants, that's not going to
But look
carry as
who his
much weight.
assistants are.
Sure, I think
I
one is
mean,
Warren Sapp. I think is one of them.
exactly. Like
I
his assistants have the same pull that he has,
I
except that
I wouldn't be
except
surprised. I wouldn't be surprised to see Warren Sapp down on Cristobal's staff in short order. Because Warren Sapp's a Miami guy, so I don't know how hard he's selling Colorado.
did
and
you hear
we
what
have it.
happened?
We have his nephew, so at Florida.
Did y'all hear what happened to Warren Sapp when he visited? He was going through Okeechobee, and he got gas in the part of the town. So there's a part of town where there's train tracks on one side of the road, and they call that the quarters. And across the road is a little super quick, and then that's where they hassled Warren Sapp, and he had cameras and things like that. Did you hear anything about that, Doug?
I remember something about it. I don't remember all the details.
Yeah, there was a big flap on social media and so forth, and he really had no reason to bother him. And him and another guy, and I forget who it was, who was from Okeechobee that had played NFL football, and there's several choices there. It was with him, and they were running like Lamborghinis and stuff in town. And then the law came into the parking lot of the Super Quick and hassled him. So, as somebody loved Warren Sapp and Miami and so forth, I'd say, and Okeechobee football, I'd say shame on you, Okeechobee cops, for hassling Warren Sapp.
Oh
So,
yeah, that place is definitely more racist than a lot of the traditional places. Mississippi you would name at this point, and I mean Mississippi don't have towns don't have anything on Okeechobee.
Nope.
nah. It's worse than, I mean, in that regard, the way it was segregated and the way I was treated in school because I hung out. So I was a hippie with hair down to my ass wearing heavy metal t shirts, and I hung out with black guys because I played basketball. So, the rednecks trying to give me a hard time, but since I love to fight, it wasn't that bad for me. I enjoyed it. But there's people that don't enjoy being harassed and picked on, and when you hang out with gigantic black dudes, sometimes their little pack of wolves or their fake cowboys can't really get a whole lot done. You know what I'm saying?
Well,
So,
let me get this one in before I forget about this game, because you'll probably never hear me do this again. But give me Colorado in the upset, giving Dion the chance to go ahead and proclaim that Colorado is a playoff team and they deserve a playoff berth. Give me Colorado 21-20.
Hey, I'm good with that. I would like
I
to
hope
see Colorado
you're right.
win.
I think it's better when Colorado and Dion are in the
Mhm.
discussion. And it makes college football more interesting. I just don't see it happening this year. I think him being on the mend in the off season hampered his recruiting class this year. I think he'll get if he stays healthy. We certainly hope he do. We wish Dion the best. But I think if he gets a full off season next year to really recruit, I think he'll be able to bring Colorado back to where he wants them to be at. I think he's a
It
good
just
coach
got
when he has players, but you got to have the. Sometimes it's the Jimmies and the Joes, not the X's and the O's.
so
There
it
you
just
go.
kind
And I
of hit
love
me. It just kind of hit me. We need maybe a video intro or at least a sound effect intro for our crack pipe game of the week. So I can kick that in right now. We don't have one, but by next week, by God, we will have one.
Are you talking about Florida?
Hmm?
I don't know. You said crack pipe, so I just thought you were talking about Florida.
No, this week we're talking about the Ducks going to play the Nittany Lions in Happy Valley.
God, Penn State is the most boring team ever to watch.
You
Oh,
hear that,
yeah.
Scully? If you're listening, did you hear that shit? Boring.
I say it with my chest.
So that's a real question, though, guys, isn't it? I mean, Penn State claims that they returned all these guys and so on and so forth. But if they suck, I mean, what does that matter, And then I ain't saying they really suck. Obviously, they have a lot of talent. But I really don't have any confidence for James Franklin. I believe, what, he's 4-20 against the top 10?
Yeah, he's definitely dismal against the top 10, and
Oh,
even
yeah.
worse against the top 5.
I wonder what
I
the weather's
never
going to
have
be like there.
confidence.
Because I think Oregon's faster everywhere on offense. And and I think that's really the game is going to come down to. What are you thinking, Nikki?
I think Oregon is just better than Penn State. Like I said before, I enjoy watching Oregon football. It's fun football to watch. I fall asleep watching Penn State. There is just something about Penn State football. It's always been that way with me. It's just not exciting. I have Oregon beating them. I have no faith in Franklin. Maybe they need to change Franklin for Clark Lee at this point. I don't know. At least he
Go
can
down
win
the
big
Vandy
games.
well again.
Yeah, like trade him. At least at this point, we know that Vandy can somewhat win big games when Penn State and Franklin can't. So I'm just at the point
I'm gonna
where
I'm gonna I'm gonna
they
give you a taste of your own medicine with the Lee Corso. Not so fast, my friend. Uh, and I do agree. Penn State is somewhat boring, but the boring might be good enough this Saturday night. The whiteout, they get revenge on their mind from the embarrassment Oregon put them in the Big Ten championship game last year. Oregon had a stiffer than we expected test in the Civil War last week. Penn State's been kind of resting their laurels. I think Penn State figures out a way to get by Oregon in this game. I, I don't know why I shouldn't trust James Franklin for all the points you made. I can't defend that. You're absolutely right about Franklin, but for whatever reason, it's got a feeling like Penn State's going to figure this one out. Something like 27-24, Penn State. And Drew Eller this time doesn't make a mistake and gets them into scoring position, and they either kick a field goal or get a touchdown and win the game.
and see that's what bothers me is because I really like Eller. I like him as a quarterback. Um, I just wish he played on a team that I can enjoy watching. I have Oregon winning by 7, at least 7.
But would it shock me if Oregon wins? Absolutely not, because I think Dan
Oh
Lanning
God,
is a better coach than Franklin. But I think just this time, like on Penn, if they can't do it this year with the amount of talent they have on paper, it's at home, it's the whiteout, they have the revenge factor from the Big Ten title game. I mean,
why are they doing a whiteout?
regardless of what they do the rest of the way, you just have to say Franklin's not the guy that can get us over the hump. He's just not.
They
I'd agree with
praise him.
that.
I just okay. So you know what I will say. I would be happy to see Penn State beat Oregon today or Saturday on the fact that it would just be nice for once to see James Franklin win a big game, just one game.
No,
Because
Jim
in my
Chavez
history watching him, I don't see it.
Jim Chavez said that Franklin's a wiener. Did you see that, Nikki? Not a winner, but a winger. You know.
Well, I
Uh,
mean, I kind of, yeah, he is. I agree. He kind of looks like one too. 100%. I definitely seeing him run on a football field. He kind of looks like Oscar Mayer Wiener. The way he runs with that bald head.
I mean, if Oregon loses, this kind of almost takes them out. They're going to have to hope, that they would win out and that Ohio State would also lose to Penn State. I mean, and then you'd have tiebreakers. But this is really Oregon's last. I guess if we want to believe Indiana, then Indiana's a big game. But the rest of their Big Ten slate is pretty light, and they don't have Ohio State or Michigan on it. So, this
they
is
can
kind of,
go.
if you're Oregon, this is a push all your chips into the table kind of a game because the rest of their Big Ten slate is bad. I mean, Rutgers and Wisconsin and Minnesota. They get USC at home, but USC, I don't know if we know about them yet. And then at Washington in the rivalry game, and we'll find out about them Saturday against Ohio State. But this is a huge one for Oregon, considering the schedule that they've had thus far. It's been kind of bad, which is unfortunate. You wish you'd gotten Oregon, Ohio State this year to really find out how good the big three and the rest of that conference is, because that's really what it is right now. It's Oregon, Penn State, and Ohio State.
But I'm at the point where I don't even want to see Penn State up there because we know once they get either to the playoffs or to these big games for them to make the playoffs, we know what's going to happen. We have watched it every year. It's like, okay, so they beat Oregon. Let's say they beat Oregon. We know once they get close to the playoffs or in the playoffs, they're not going to go any further. Like it's every year. It's nothing new.
They went on a small run last year.
And then they lost in the big game.
Yeah, and
That's
they did
the
exactly
issue.
what they typically do, and let's just
Yeah.
face it, without an expanded playoffs, they wouldn't
Well,
have made the playoffs again.
I
You're
mean,
talking about
I could just go ahead and make it like a 2017 playoff or some shit. I don't know.
you're talking about Penn State.
Yeah,
Yes.
it's boring for me
Well, I
because
think I think the issue was the seed, which supposedly they fixed this year, is the seeding, but no doubt they belonged in the playoffs last year. They went to the Big Ten championship game and lost to Oregon. They beat SMU in their first playoff game at home fairly handily. It took them a little longer to put away Boise State, but they put them away. And then, but for Drew Aller making far too many mistakes in the second half, kept Notre Dame in that game, and eventually Notre Dame squeezed it out with a last-second field goal. I mean, otherwise you're talking Penn State in the national championship game.
but I won't say Penn
But I
State
don't think
because
they would have
we
beat
know
Ohio
that they
State.
always they always find a way to lose. That's my whole point. They played two of the lower tier. They got lucky with
Sure,
two of
and
the lower
what
tier
what
teams in
we're
the
essentially
playoff.
talking about is in games where they are evenly matched talent-wise. Franklin, or to a lesser extent Aller, or whatever quarterback he's had prior to Aller, has shrunk in the big moments. That's what we're talking about.
And I'm sick of seeing it. Shit, go ahead and put Marshall in there. I don't care at this point. I just because it's boring to me. I'm not going to sugarcoat it. I don't care who gets pissed off at me and comes at me. Guess what? I'm used to it. It's boring football to me. I want to see.
Sometimes
To
boring
me,
wins games, though. I mean,
yeah, but
we
it's
all
not a
love.
game I want to watch. If I want to watch football, I'm gonna watch me some Big 12 football. I'm
I
sorry,
mean,
that's some fun football.
arguably one of the most boring games. It was a great game. Was that 9-6 Alabama LSU game from about
That was
15 years
awesome.
ago?
It wasn't boring. It was a
Some people,
fought
but
game. It
some
was
people would say it's
awesome.
boring. You know, look at all these field goals. If it's a tightly contested game, I don't really think the score matters if it's a good
I
I
don't
game.
even
agree.
care about the score. They're just boring to watch. Penn State's just boring to watch.
Now, one of the first college football video games I ever played, Penn State on it. The only players that were any good were the running back and the tight ends, but all four tight ends were good, right? You just didn't have a quarterback who could get them. And whenever he launched the football, it looked like a punt, like that one that played for Miami in the 90s, Reggie Kelly, right?
That,
So
that that sounds like the history of Penn State football you're describing, Bob. Good
Well,
running backs, good tight ends, probably good linebackers, and then that's about
yeah,
it.
so that's about it. So,
Boring.
but, so I don't think it's going to work in the CFP because I've got no faith in Franklin either. Here's why: he showed that he could pulverize teams last year when the talent was equal, and then but when it was time to win or lose with it, he couldn't do it against Notre Dame. But to Notre Dame's credit, Sean, they had a great safety last year. I think it's really hurt Notre Dame this year that he's gone. And
I love Freeman.
Yeah,
yeah,
that's Xavier Watts who won the Nagurski Trophy. He's in the NFL now. Yeah, not
yeah,
having him at safety this year is certainly come back to bite us a couple of times. Certainly that amazing touchdown catch that Miami had against us. I think if Xavier Watts is there, I don't know if that dude makes such a hell
Oh,
of a
Miami
catch.
sucks.
But hey, it's a hell of a catch. Kudos to them. And that's the unfortunate thing of college. Guys graduate and move on to the NFL. This is a huge game for both these teams. It's Penn State at least has Ohio State
Yeah.
left on the schedule, whereas Oregon really doesn't have anybody of renown, left on that schedule where they're not going to be favored in every game the rest of the way.
there you go. So let's pick. So you want to go first, Sean? Who you got?
I'm gonna take Penn State. They got to get over the hump eventually. I think everything is pointing towards that, and so I will say finally Drew Aller gets it done, and it's 27-24 Penn State.
Hell yeah! What you got, Nikki?
I got that me and Jen Chavez finally agreed on something that Marcus Freeman is hot. So I'm just gonna throw that out there because we all know that's the truth.
Where'd my coach go?
I have Oregon. I think Penn State's gonna come out and fight hard. I love to give them shit, but I do have Oregon winning 27. I'm gonna say 27-21.
Hallelujah. And I'm going to pick it real quick before I throw it to Doug. And I've got Oregon winning as well. I believe that they're faster at all the skill positions, though I do like Penn State's line, and their backs are decent. But I still think Oregon's going to win this one. And so I've got them 31-30.
Down to the wire. I don't know, just calling a hunch. Oregon wins on the road, 41-38.
Oh, nice. There you go. That's our game of the week.
I don't know what's on the horizon. Y'all should stream it next week and find that shit out, right?
That's right, because one of them teams could suck donkey balls, Doug. Is it possibility exist that one of them could suck donkey balls?
With these two teams, I mean, if Penn State loses, absolutely, because they're at home. I mean,
Georgia.
Georgia loses at home to Alabama, absolutely. Kirby has to suck on a donkey ball, does he not?
Absolutely.
He'd be what? 1-7 against Alabama.
Oh yeah, and that stat would be on the screen for sure.
Very hairy donkey ball with that horrible haircut. I think if he loses again, he has to cut that hair. That's just Stewart. Look what I can do.
Who?
Kirby Smart.
Oh, does it? What is his hair out of hand?
Yeah, I think if he loses at home to Alabama, because he cannot beat Alabama, I think he needs to cut his hair because let me tell you, whoever has been cutting it and the bowl that they're putting on his head is, like I said, Stewie, look what I can do.
Look,
He's got a
we're in the back.
guy named. He's got a guy named Sam. He's pretty fantastic.
Oh,
You know what? The economy's bad, guys, and I don't think we should fuck with Kirby. Everybody's got their own poverty level.
I will
Kirby's-
give him a haircut for free. I mean,
Kirby's
I'm not,
Kirby's
but-
cutting his own
but-
hair. That's what's happening.
I mean, I'll do it for him for free. You know,
does he look like Mo, like off Three Stooges? Is that what we're looking at?
no, I think he looks like Stewie. You know, Stewart, that guy from Mad TV, or was it Mad TV? I can't watch something. Stewart. That look
Yeah,
what
I
I can
remember.
do. Look what I can do.
That's very interesting, and that's why I picked the games I picked, especially when it came to Oregon winning over Penn State and Alabama winning over Georgia. It's not necessarily because that's what really going to happen, but because it would be so interesting if Franklin sucked donkey balls, right? If Georgia lost again under Kirby Smart to Alabama at 1-7, then he would truly suck donkey balls, and that would be great fodder for the show. But I know we're going to find somebody to pick on because that's what we do. And you know why?
It's like
But-
that's where. Yeah, I tell you exactly why. Because 50% of all teams every week lose. There's always somebody to fuck with.
That's right.
There's
So-
some things I wish both would lose.
All right, so fuck Georgia, and who else we fucking? Fuck Tennessee. Fuck
Tennessee, LSU.
Yeah.
All
Fuck 'em.
right, all right, Jen. Good night.
Good night.